and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship in the Porsche Cup. Today's round is taking place at the Hungaroring inside Hungary. There's currently 23 races on track. I believe 22 of them are racing. I reckon pole's going to be a 148. Not necessarily going to predict who the top poles are. I think Mr. Bird will qualify pole. Van Brabant will go second. Very difficult then who's going to get third. Could be Lars, but it really could be anybody else. So I'm hoping it's going to be a lightning battle today with a lot of close racing. It's a very difficult track, this. Very difficult to pass. High downforce with only one real straight. If you're going to make a pass on here, the straight's difficult because you just don't get enough toe. So what you're looking for is a mistake or to outbrake someone into one of the sharper corners throughout the track. So sit back and enjoy the ride. I'm using a bit of different equipment tonight, so if the sound is a little bit out, can you please let me know? Obviously I've changed. I'm not wearing a headset tonight. I'm just using a freestanding mic. I have it set up, believe, in a very similar way to my headset, but the proof's in the pudding with you guys out there. So any feedback on the quality of the sound will be muchly appreciated. Right, so let's just jump into the action then. I'm going to jump on board straight away with Derek. As I said, Derek just prior to this had posted a 148.5, which is an exceptional time in the Porsche, to be fair. I'll be surprised if that gets beat. Big shout out to Dave in Recent Elite. He's online. As I said, hopefully you can hear me fine, Dave. I'm using different microphone today. Right, okay, understood. I'll tell you what I'll do. Based on that feedback, Malcolm, I'll put my headset back on. As I said, I've not really had a chance to tune the mic. Okay, should now be on the headset. Does that sound any different? Is it how it used to be? Because I haven't changed anything else other than that, apart from switching the mic off and putting my headset on. I shall wait some feedback. Thanks for the feedback anyway, obviously that's what I need. Alright, thanks Malcolm. Obviously I need a bit of work to do. I've not tried a freestanding mic before, so it's all a learning curve. I'm just trying to make it easy for myself rather than having to wear a headset all the time. I take this off of me, it looks like it's I need to go to hairdressers. Not that I've got much on there, mind you. Okay, so we're currently running with Derek. It looks like he's fluffed a couple of laps there. He's trying to get a lap in by the looks of it. As I said, I do think he's going to get pole, watching how he's been racing. Certainly these last couple of weeks. He's been getting challenged a lot by Wolf and a few others, but he does seem to be keeping it going and being very consistent regardless of the car. Great fun on this track last night because it was race conditions were dark, as they're going to be tonight. It does make it difficult more from a commentary perspective to keep track of the cars in the dark, because your obviously field of vision's a lot different to what you normally see. You can see everything at this moment in time. Obviously when you start going to the dark, the distance of the cars does become quite significant because they become almost invisible, and you visualising, you can't see where the cars are. And to be honest, when you're on track as well, okay, I'm going to switch over to Neil. Neil's doing pretty well actually, Neil Bywater. You're getting a lot of feedback off that microphone, I can tell, so just turn my sound down a bit. Did have a noise gate on this one, I think, and yeah, I still do have a noise gate on it. All my sounds go into pot. There you go, that should sort it out. Yeah, I can still hear the game, and obviously, hopefully you can hear me both. And it's turn the volume down ever so slightly when I speak. I think the in-car camera and the sound is a lot noisier than the outside for obvious reasons. I've got the engine running. Trying to work out who that is in front. I think that's Willie in front, I think. The Owens. Yeah, Shane Pollitt's gone quickest so far, and there it is. Derek Bird has just done a frighteningly quick lap of a 1:48. I'm not a betting man, but I think he'll go faster and that won't get beaten. Neil's on a good lap here. He's going into second place if he can keep this up. Well, he would have done, but Lars has just beaten him. So Chris Bourne, he's on a very good lap at the moment. He's a second and a half up, so this is going to take him to possibly a 1:48.5. If he can keep this going, he could take pole here. He's just lost a bit there. Sliding that car around the corner. I don't know if he's done too much there. He's gained a lot of time. This could be interesting. Could be a 1:48.5 this. Yeah, 1:48.3. He gained a lot of time. That's put me in my place a little bit. Hi, Big Natty. Yeah, that was an exceptional lap. Let's jump on board with Derek. Derek's going faster again. He's currently half a second up. That's still... No, he's lost a bit there. That still won't give him pole. This is going to be a fantastic race, this. Hopefully the whole grid's going to be like this. Back marker's getting in the way there. I think that might be... Oh, not back marker, sorry. Other people not as quick. He's lost a lot of time there. Let's jump on board with Uwe. Uwe's doing pretty well. He's over half a second up. This could take him into the 151s, move him up a place and qualify in. Bruce in front of him is also going quicker. Bruce is looking like he's going to break the 151. Uwe's a little bit further around the lap. And Bruce has just lost a lot of time as well. Jack Jacobs further down in 18th positions, 2 seconds up. That's looking like a 154 for him. Might move him up a couple of places. Now he's give up. Okay, it looks like he's gone off track a little bit there. Got a feeling Willie's decided to watch the race. It looks like he's not putting a lap in. And Peter as well looks like he's not putting a lap in, although it shows he's not in the pits. Nurse is on track, but he's not put a lap in yet. I don't know if he keeps hitting track limits and getting his laps spoiled. These are the current lap times people are doing. These are live lap times, not the current lap times. But that's also, you know, where they are in relation to the position. Hi Melvin, welcome to the stream. You've got a lot of oversteer there by the looks of it. 696 has had a bit of trip off road. That's Lars. He's got a bit of a spoilt lap, Lars, now. I'm just easing off there. That looked like it was Bywater. Letting Merce past. So I wonder if Merce's manager's going to get a lap in now. Just feathering it round the corner there, really. I have no way of knowing whether this is a spoilt lap or not. The way he's driving it, I'd say this is probably a good lap. See where it takes him. Does it move him up? No, that was also a spoilt lap. That might be another back of the grid for Merce and battling through the field again. None of the front runners are out on track doing decent times, so at the moment it's Bourne, Van Brabant, Bird and Eklund, and then Bywater and Pollitt making up the top 6. Not many people going faster now. I think these places are going to remain relatively static. Dimitri's slightly up, but I don't think it's going to change his position. No, he's just lost all his time. Amazing, isn't it? One mistake and you're off the track. Hi Terry, welcome to the stream. Hope it's decent in Spain for you. Yeah, Dave, I think Merce drives the loose car. You know, they say loose is fast. And I think he, you know, to me, it looks like a fight, and I can't drive like that. But I've seen Merce go. He's good in the BMW, and you know, he does seem to be able to put the lap times in. So I'm just wondering whether he's going to get this lap timing, because he's desperately running out of time here. Yeah, I think Willie's quit. He's probably going to watch the stream and join the stream. So managed to put one in. He's still not managed to put one. Oh yes, he has. He's gone to 10th. He's managed to pull off a 154.9. There's not many other people on the track at the moment. I think everyone's just trying to battle the demons with the lap and the circuit. I say the race is going to get very interesting. Although it goes dark, the track temperature does cool, but not a lot. You can get away with your setup on your tyres lasting for the duration, as we found out with the GT4s last night. And consequently, I think we're not going to see too much. I think we're going to see lots of incidents, and that's purely because of the tightness of the track. But other than that, you know, I think I don't think the tyres are going to be too much of an issue. Let's just jump on board with Lars. Yeah, Lars is getting on. Lars is actually slightly quicker at the moment. He is pushing. Oh, he was pushing for 3rd place then, until he made a mistake. So it was looking very, very reasonable. Yeah, Willie's just been saying in Discord that it feels like black ice is on the track. It didn't feel like that in the GT4s, I must admit. I don't know if it's because the front end of the Porsche is light, and consequently you feel like you've not got the steering. So obviously that's the battle here. It's not only keeping the tyres warm at the front, but it's making sure you've got the grip into the corners and you don't suffer massive understeer. I mean, this track is pretty good forgiving wise, but in one lap last night I got 2 warnings and I didn't think I'd stole that much of the track. Luckily I made it to the end. I did get a 3rd warning, but I didn't get a drive through. But that can easily be done with a bit of understeer on some of these corners, because obviously understeer you might have a bit of momentum. Yeah, that lap's not going to count for him there. Yeah, there's no one else going out flying at the moment. Chris Bourne's 1.5 seconds down. Carl van Brabant's out but not gaining anything. Derek's 1/2 second down. Fastest man on track at the moment is Jonathan Wood. He's looking like he may get a place up the grid here. Let's just stick with Jonathan a little minute. He's a 10th up. A 10th may move him up in front of Andreas. All depends on whether he can keep it together for the remainder of the lap. He's lost a bit of time there. Well, let's see how he goes on. Yeah, Carlo's ever so slightly quicker, but I don't think he's going to dent the lead there at the moment. You know, Jonathan's lost a bit of time now. He needs to gain time from somewhere as the clock ticks down. Yeah. Both Chris Bourne and Carlo van Brabant are trading 10ths here on the fastest lap. Carlo has just gone faster, but only ever so slightly. You're talking 1/2 tenth. I don't think anyone's going to get a lap in now. That's the end of the session, end of the road, as they say. Quite a few cars sat in the pits waiting for the inevitable. The positions. The top 20 are as follows. There's 21 cars racing, so the only car that's not on that list, oh he is on the list actually, he's 21 at the bottom, is Sousa. Hey, nice one Jonathan, apart from your completely trashing the back end of your car there. That was nice. Okay, Chris Bourne's actually going quicker here. Is he going to take anything out of it in the XL Virtual Motorsports car? Might take a hundredth out of it or something. Oh, he's gone a bit sideways there. Moore's off the grass as well, waiting. He'll escape to the pits. Doesn't show he's down, but it doesn't show he's up. It's not going to change anything because no one else is out who can catch them. So he's down here, so I don't think he's going to gain anything. Yeah, and as I said, the inevitable's over. Okay, we're back. A quick run down the grid. Chris Bourne first, Carlo van Brabant second, third Derek Bird, fourth Lars Eklund, fifth Neil Bywater, sixth Shane Pollitt, seventh Terry Trowbridge, 8 Andreas Pettersson, 9 Jonathan Wood, 10 Mers Parnov, 11th Bruce Hopkins, there's no 12th, they must have quit, Jeremy Arabas, Uwe Tholen 14th, Kai Schaefer 15th, Jack Jacobs 16th, Dimitri Stathis 17th, Peter David 18th, Zolt Thayer 19th, Peter Miles 20th, and Manuel Souza in 21st. So let's have a quick look at how the championship standings are. This is unofficial, but this does include Paul Ricard. So there's a good battle going on from 4th down to 8th, I think it's fair. And as you can say, Terry, you're in 3rd place. So you're hoping Carlo doesn't do too much damage there from that. Off we go. The lights are on. We get the right setting, there we go. So we've got it on the screen all the time. Lights out, and away we go. And we've got someone with a drive-through already, which is car 69, Mers Parnov. So Mers has got a drive-through penalty right at the beginning. That's going to put him straight down to the back of the grid. We might see a bit of action, a bit of contact there. Trying to work out who that is. Was that Terry? I think it was Terry. Kay's just been pushed out there as well, towards the back. A couple of minor incidents. There's nothing to show stopping at the moment. Let's just jump back a little bit to see how it's going on from behind. Oh, a bit of contact there. So that was... someone's just come round, quite what's the name there. So let's just have a quick look at that. Okay, so let's see what that action was. You can see Kai on the inside. Was coming in quite hot there. Yeah, a bit of contact there between a couple of cars. Zolt first and then somebody else. Okay. Okay, back to the action. There's been a few other incidents. It looks like we never got off that lap quite steadily there. A number of cars having a few little ding-dongs early on. And there's the action up at the front where it seems to be Carlo chasing down Chris. I'll just jump on board with Carlo. And I've obviously got Derek behind them as well. I'll try and keep my eye on the the incidents. This is where I need a wingman to tell me that incidents is occurring, because it's just in a big long list at the moment. As I said, you don't get much of a toe on this straight, purely because it's too short. You just start getting a bit of grip at the end. As you can see there, Chris and Carlo swapping laps, fastest lap times then. This is where the tyres are now coming up to temperature a little bit, and hopefully everybody's going to start racing proper, going to slip it rather than slipping on ice. The different lines there. Chris took a wide line, and as you can see, Carlo is hugging the curb on that one. It's been another incident. Zolt again with Peter Miles. I think Peter may have they may have come into contact here. Coming down to the end of the straight. There's going to be an outbraking issue here. Oh, there's a big dive up the inside. Okay, I think that's fair to say that was there for the taking. You leave the door open like that, I think it's inevitable somebody's going to take the invite. Okay, so the battle at the front has eased off a little bit, but we have got a bit of interest going on here with Terry. Terry's being chased down by Shane here. Shane was putting some really good laps in earlier. You can see he's got a good run out of there as well. He dived up the inside. I completely missed that. That was really unexpected. Looks like Shane's going to get done here by Bruce Hopkins as well. And you can see Shane's got off. Oh, bit of contact there. A bit further contact. Shane has managed to keep it just. So kicking off. Come to the helicam just so we can see a bird's eye view of what's going on. Just a few obviously cars getting involved in this, and there's still a few cars quite tight. I think that's Andreas, Terry, and I think that's Uwe well in there. I'm not too sure of if it is them, but there's obviously quite a bit going on at the moment in relation to that. We saw a couple of knocks there. Luckily nobody become a cropper as a result of it. Definitely the battle here. Just jump forward with Andreas, because Andreas looks like he's putting him on under pressure there. He's chasing Bruce down. He's now being caught by Shane. Is Shane going for the dive again up the inside here, like he did before? He'd have gone wide as well. He may have well got a warning for that, depending how far you go. Good little section that. You can steal quite a bit of the curb, but if you go too far, you will get track limits. But you can get away with a hell of a lot, and you can set yourself up to actually power out through there rather than to brake in there. Good little section that. Quite good technical bit. And again here, you're braking down, trying to keep it close to the edge. Put the power on, and then set yourself up for another decent turning towards the final. Not so much a hairpin, but the tight left-hander. People usually take wide and then hug the inside going round. Just tickling the throttle to keep yourself going. Chris Bourne's done a 148.9 in race trim, so he's pretty flying at the moment. Saying that Carlo's keeping up with him, but this is the closest battle at the moment. Where I'm keeping my eye on things. There's been another incident. Car 30 and 149. That's one towards the back. That's David and Souza. I'm not going to step back at that one. Be interesting to see how this is going to break out a little bit. Just going to jump on board with Jeremy a minute. Jeremy's just took Dimitri by the looks of it, unless Dimitri's going to come back at him up the inside. Yeah, so Jeremy's managed to outbrake Dimitri there to put himself into 15th place. Going back to Jonathan's getting very close now. He must have passed Bruce. Oh no, there's been an issue there, sorry. Let's go to Shane. Shane's all over the back. And then again, Andreas is all over the back as well. Don't know where to turn. A bit of action everywhere. This is where I go wide ever so slightly or lose a bit of traction. and you'll be able to put the power on. Shane braking very late there. Obviously knows the ability of his car to leave it that late. I am keeping my eye at the front, but the battle's definitely with these cars here at the moment. There's a number of cars battling for position. These basically are battling for what would be 6th place, so you can see why there's quite a bit going on. Is there going to be a dive up the inside? No, more cars joining the party as well. So it's getting really tight there. Chris Bourne with a 148.7. Someone's gone wide, spun out. Oh, and there's been a bit of an incident there. That was Pollitt. And I'm not too sure, was it Bruce and Pollitt there? Car 60 and car 66. It was Pollitt and Hopkins, yeah. But it looks like Pollitt had gone wide, spun out onto the AstroTurf, and obviously he's collected Bruce on the way round, which that's unfortunate. It's one of them that unfortunately you can't stop. Bit of a dive up the inside, and there's been a bit of a slide out there. Need to jump back there because is that. I'm trying to work out whether he managed to get on track or whether there was a bit of an incident there. Nothing's coming up, but they're getting very close indeed. Yeah, it's registered that little knock then. So they did contact, but luckily no one appeared to fall off track with it. Okay, we've got Jacobs is putting pressure on. A bit of pressure on Terry, which is the cars behind these. So the green Porsche is Uwe. That's his skin. So it's a skin he's done outside of the game in all its glory Technicolor. Let's just have a see what's going on here. The trailer cars behind. Shane's still trying to track Jonathan down in front of these. There's no action at the front. The gap's still a second between Chris Bourne and Carlo. And they're all very much like for like on the track times at the moment. And Chris Bourne does a 148.4. Carlo's fastest is a 148.4. So there's nothing splitting them at all. You're talking 400ths of a second between them. The consistency between them is fantastic. I think Andreas has got his foot down now. He's pulled away from this group. He's 2.5 seconds ahead of Jonathan, who's the car behind. I'm just going to go to Pollitt. He's going down the outside. Is he going to make it stick against Jonathan? You might have to take the wide line round. Get on the dirty stuff with all the marbles. He's got the inside line down here if he keeps it and can outbrake him. Oh, bit of contact there. That's caused Jonathan to lose a place as well. A bit of action. Let's just step back a bit because still a bit of racing going on here. With Terry trying to catch Uwe. This is by far the closest battle. Jeremy is closing in on Jack Jacobs. I'm keeping an eye on that as well. But the gap just keeps fluctuating a bit too much. There's definitely a gap pulling out now. Chris Bourne at the front. He's a second and a half up now. And Carlo's 3.5 seconds ahead of Derek. And Derek's 4 seconds ahead of Neil. Obviously been a bit of an issue there. Uwe's gone off. I've not seen any incident. So that implies, and Chris Bourne's just done a 148.2. Absolute flying lap there. Yeah, he's struggling there. So let's just jump forward with Jack Jacobs with Jeremy behind him. Jeremy's putting pressure on Jack here. Let's just jump up. Let's go on Jeremy and go to his dashboard cam. So we can see what's going on from Jeremy's perspective. Got the power down quite early there. As you could hear with his big right boot. Keep my eye on the front. Lars is catching Neil quite significantly. I'm just going to jump on board with Lars. He's took quite a chunk out, so I don't know if Neil's gone wide a little bit. He may not have done because obviously we couldn't see it, but the gap is significantly closer than it was. It highlights the gaps. I think Dimitri has took Jeremy, so the position Jeremy took before against Dimitri looks like he may have took it back. I can't really see it at the moment. In fact, Terry's gone off. Terry's dropped down the grid. I'm not seeing an incident, so it looks like he's gone off by himself. He's now in 16th place, and Dimitri did get past Jeremy. Kai looks like he's. I was going to say it looks like he's catching Hopkins there, but I think he went wide a little bit and lost a bit of time. Let's jump back to Lars. Sorry about that switching. 314. There was an incident with Kai, and yeah, it looks like Hopkins. So I was right. There was contact in there. Yeah, I saw his triple screens. It'd be nice that. I just need the room to do it. I've got a study where I used to work and for gaming, and you know it's hard to get everything together. I'd love to have my own setup with 3 screens. The field of view is just so much better. Neil's actually on a flyer here. He's half a second up his fastest lap. Just looking where the gaps are at the moment. There's no one close. Let's look at Neil and Lars' splits time. You can see the splits there between them. Last sector, literally nothing in it. First sector, you can see quite clearly Lars. Last lap took a little bit of time out of Neil, so I don't know whether that was the mistake. Oh, Lars a bit sideways there. They've managed to pull it off and keep it going, and it actually hasn't lost too much time, which is quite staggering really. I think Jeremy's had a bit of a to-do as well. I think he's just dropped down a little bit. I think he's had a bit of an off. It's not coming up as an incident, but he's now in 17th. I think he's just tried to catch Peter. Peter's just pitted. So Peter David that is, not Peter Miles. Yeah, so Jeremy's now chasing down Peter Miles. I would expect Jeremy to catch Peter. Let's see if we can see him do it. We don't know what's happened with Jeremy. There's no incidents come up, so all I can presume is he's took himself off track, like Terry did. So Terry's now in front of Jeremy. No other tight gaps going on at the moment. There's the current top 20. Obviously some of the numbers have gone a bit screwy there. I don't know why. Maybe people quitting and that. But obviously a bit going on there. Oh, well avoided. Well avoided that, man. That was kind of nicely done, that, to be fair. Peter obviously got sideways trying to fight it off. Hi Nikos. Welcome to the stream. Let's jump on board with Shane. And let's go to Shane's dash because he's now catching Andreas. We've already seen these get close before. Lars is still similar distance behind Neil at this point in time as well. Almost like Andreas drifted it round that corner then. Carlos took half a second out of Chris. He's still a second behind, but he's definitely looks like he's caught a bit of speed up there. Looks like that car got a bit sideways then, he couldn't get the power down. So 28 minutes to go. Obviously you can see the temperature hasn't dropped that much, if at all. Both the outside temperature and the track temperature are still 26 degrees. So he's gone up the inside there. He's, yeah, that dive wasn't going to work. He may have got a warning for that as well, because that was quite significant, I think. We'll come back to this one in a minute, as Bruce is putting pressure on Jack. If he manages to get him at the end of the straight. Keep my eye on this one. This is getting spicy. Sorry for switching again. As I say, I'm trying to keep my eye on the attention of what's going on around the track, what's on the screen, and the timing board, and the incident log as well. I say I could do with another pair of eyes. Chris Bourne and Carlo's levelled out now. 1.2 seconds by the looks of it. I like where Lars Eklund's put his team name as LE rather than some other racing team. He's gone a bit wide there. Sliding quite a lot. Again, another loose car. As I said, loose is fast. Mercy's on a bit of a flyer since his drive-through, but I think he's a lap down, so I think he may struggle getting into the points here. I'll leave it a point because he's 18th, but what I mean is a good haul of points, because he was looking good, you know, in relation to the point collection for the championship. As you can see there, Mercer was in 12th, 20 points would have moved him up a little bit. As it stands at the moment, though, Carlo's going to receive maximum points, which will take him to 193. Chris Bourne's going to take maximum points, and he at the moment is 40, so that's going to jump him straight up into 11th position, depending on where Jonathan finishes. Race just quieting down a little bit now. There's no one really battling. Just jump on board with Dimitri. He's having a go at Jonathan here. But Jonathan has been struggling a little bit. He seems to, I think he started 10th. He's only 9th, and when you consider a couple of the drivers have fallen down the grid themselves. Nice view there, seeing all the cars and the lights on. 6 cars in the same view at the same time there. Yeah, still no one having a battle. Still a bit close between Shane and Andreas, but again, they're managing to keep each other at bay. 1 minute the gap's half a second, the next minute the gap's a second. But they're obviously gaining under braking, and then the concertina effect as they accelerate out is where the gap's coming into it. So the true gap between the pair of them two is about 0.8, 0.9 of a second. This battle between these four is the battle to be in by the looks of it. Let's watch these two, because this is also an interesting battle. Let's jump on board with Jack, see how Jack's getting on here. How his car's responding, whether it's a loose setup or quite a tight setup. That looks pretty planted, that one. Got no sway in it at all. Interesting to see how his tyres are doing though. Okay, a little bit of oversteer there. I spoke too soon, commentator's curse and all that. He's obviously lost a couple of places there as well as a result of it. And that means Kai's been able to pass him on the right hand side, as it looks like he's hit the grass or ended up with a bit of oversteer there. He has lost places there, unfortunately. But let's just see what's going on here. As you can see, Carlo is still giving Chris a bit of grief here. He's trying his best to really try and catch him. And they're now catching back markers up. So it looks like Peter David's in front of them. Is this going to spice things up a little bit? And, oh dear. It's Carlo. Bit of, looked like oversteer that. Just carried on, the back end just carried on coming round. So that's potentially give Chris a free ride pass the back marker now. I'd expect him to pass him coming up here. The back marker should be receiving the blue flags now. Let's see if he gets him down here and lets him by. So Chris, Chris is still doing the 148s. Yeah, he's flashing his lights. I'll let him know. Fair dues to Peter that for not fighting it. You're never going to win a battle with a faster driver coming up behind you. And I think Carlo's going to get him as well, coming up into this next corner. West Coast Oregon eSeniors. His best is a 148.5. These two guys are the quickest on track. Right, I'm just going to switch to Lars, because Lars is still giving Mr. Bywater a bit of grief, and they've got back markers in the mix. Has he got past there? Yeah, he's got past him. Well, Lars has managed to pass Bywater. I don't know whether the back marker played a part in that, but you could definitely see there was a back marker there, and whether Neil was aware of it and just put him off a little bit. But obviously Lars has managed to capitalise on that and done quite a neat wide pass on him. So still getting movement on the track this late on. There's been an incident between car 60 and car 12. Who's that? That was Bruce and Dimitri. I think it was a tap rather than damage. Sousa's coming wide there across the track. Luckily they both managed to avoid that. I think that's Sousa. He's not been too well. He's had COVID. So consequently he did race yesterday. It's good to see him back on track. It's been quite a nasty year for numerous people, and been luckier than others. And bearing in mind we're all seniors. We were the ones early on where the virus was actually taking us out. It's nice to get someone back. So we've had a spinner, car 12, and car 12 is Stathis. So Stathis is getting himself going again. Mr. Bird's done a 148.9, so it's not the fastest lap. The fastest lap is still with Chris Bourne at the moment. But there's 3 148s, a 148.2 Chris Bourne, a 148.4 Carlo Van Brabant, and Derek a 148.9. They're the only 3 managing the 148s. Okay, let's see where the action's at. The gap at the front's stretched out quite a bit now, considering Chris Bourne's only got 1 leg because of his operation. Gotta admit, that's not bad going. Right foot braking. So yeah, he did a pretty good show there. Let's jump on board with Kai. This Kai's catching up Jonathan here. I don't know if he's going to get past him, but he's definitely getting close. This is the other closest battle on the track at the moment. And there's actually a car behind Kai as well. Terry's a second behind, but this is definitely the closest piece of action. He's going around the outside. I was going to say that's very adventurous there. Unless he's going for the cut back in. He had a tight angle there. You could hear he lifted off. I think he can go flat through there. I think his angle put him off a little bit. Yeah, you can see he's getting caught here. There he's putting pressure on him. The gap in front and the gap behind is identical. Making that angle quite tight there. Then another incident, car 60. It's not showing who this was with. But usually when it registers one, it's a tap, but we'll see. I'm trying to work out who it is with. No incident there. Oh, bit of a punt there. He got away with that, didn't he, really? That could have easily put him into the wall. I think that was Dimitri. And still getting tight up there as well. That was good passing there. Letting them go for it. Okay. Let's go back to Neil. Not Neil, sorry. Let's go back to Choices. It just doesn't appear to be much action at the moment, unfortunately. Let's look at this here. Here's this here. This is Lars and Neil. Let's go to the rear wing of Lars and see if Neil's getting it back. Kai's still close with Jonathan, but he's not making inroads at the moment. So Nikos, if you buy beers every time, how many beers have you bought? Just curious, asking for a friend and all that. It's gone really quiet on track, really quiet. With Terry. Terry's still trying to put pressure on Kai, and Kai's trying to put pressure on Jonathan. See what the other lap times compare. Not much in it lap time wise, is there? One's better in each sector. You're talking a 10th in relation to the lap time differences there between Kai and Terry. Anything can happen here, can't it? Nightmare being the operative word, eh? Bum. That was very wide. Thought he was going into pits for a second then. Is he going to get him here? Got a good run there. You know what? Oh, he's eased right off. There's a car screaming up behind. Jack Jacobs is now joining the party as well here. Oh, Kai's gone off. He's lost 2 places there. I think he must have got a bit of oversteer there because his back seemed to flip round. Sometimes in that corner, if you keep the power on, you'll get pushed towards the opposite barrier. That's exactly what it looked like what happened to the Kai there. Kai's now chasing Jack down. But he's got bigger problems because behind him he's got, I think that's Dimitri behind him as well. Yeah, so Dimitri's is having a good look at him as well. So Kai's currently chasing down Jack again now. See if he can pass him. If he will or not. Dust there, someone's going off, and oh, there's another off. That's Jack. Jack's gone off there. Okay. The actual fact before it showed there was contact between Jonathan and Kai, so it looks like Jonathan. I mean, Kai was behind, so maybe Kai's hit Jonathan. Then I don't know. It come up quite late, that incident, so we can't obviously replay it. We're halfway around the following track now. Okay, so Jack lost out there and he's now chasing down Dimitri. Well, let's see if he can manage to put some time against Dimitri here. Quite good when I was racing Dimitri at Brands Hatch. Obviously I come from the back, and I caught him quite well and was giving him a good race. And I think it was lap after lap, and I think I nudged him coming into the straight. Didn't send him off, put me off track, and I caught him back up again. And I think he realised, you know, I was a bit quicker, and he let me go. Proper gentleman. He's a very fair racer. You know, so if he takes you out, it's got to be an accident, really. So blue flag's being waved, but I don't know who for. Because all these 3 cars are racing for position. Oh no, that's a back marker, isn't it? I don't know who that is actually. That's a back marker. That was Peter David. The back markers are obviously starting to come into play now. You've got to really try and think about your placement on the track. Yes, he is, Nikos. Must all be gentlemen. I would say he's a good racer, but he's a fair racer. That's what I like. You know, I do the same, you know, if someone's faster than me, I'm not going to race them because I don't want to ruin the races. And I think Dimitri realised I was going to get him at some point, so rather than ruin his race and my race, he seemed to let me go. I did pull away then quite quickly after that. I'm just going to jump forward. There he's on Jonathan's case again now. So before he had a cracking run. Is he going to get the same run here as well? No, he's not got a good enough run there. That would take some big kahunas to stop the car there. Kai's still roundabouts. The gap at the front's still 2 seconds. As you can see there, bit of a mistake. And Mr. Wood has not only let Trowbridge past, he's also fighting with Kai now as well. He's going very wide there. Let's jump on board with Kai. Hey, one mistake on this track, you can lose so much time. In certain places you can run off and get away with it. There's other places where you run off and you hit a wall. And I think if you hit a wall on this track, you're bound for the pit. But the runoffs are really generous. There's even a runoff here as well, if you go wide on the corner. Still keep my eye up at the front. The gap's still 2 seconds between Chris and Carlo. There's massive gaps between everyone now. This is the closest battle on track. And we've got 11 minutes to go. I don't know if the stewards are going to be busy tomorrow. I've seen a couple of things, but nothing outrageous, shall we say. I'm just looking, it looks like Mercer's quit. Where's Pownov? I think he's realised, I mean, to be honest, he'd have got points. Unless he was having massive problems with his car and he's just losing time. I think Mercer's quit. I can't see him in the leaderboard, and that's why the numbers on the leaderboard aren't adding up anymore. Because a couple of drivers that we know Willie's quit, and we know Mercer's quit. And because Michelle's still in the pits, he's position 21. So it's causing, obviously, the timer to... whoa! Let's just... That was Terry, wasn't it? Let's just have a... see what happened there. It looked like he... I hope I've got the right driver here. I don't want to be doing an injustice for someone. It looked like Terry got out of shape, but it didn't appear anyone else was involved. Is this another driver where the tyres are just going off? Put too much power in? Yeah, it's a big round that. Ooh, wow. How no one got collected there. To be honest, that was pretty damn good, that. Well done, that. Well done, that, man. Okay, so I'm going to jump forward again now. There's been a development. I don't know whether there's been an issue, but Carlo is now right up the jacksie of Chris, now wondering whether the back markers are playing a part here, because as you can see, Peter in the, I think that's Peter David in the sky blue Porsche, if you want to call it that, is in front. I'm perfectly sure that's Peter getting blue flags. You can see Chris is being very delicate on how he goes about it, and all the time it's giving Carlo valuable catching up time there. There's been another incident, Kai and Jonathan, so just look at that, see what's going on here. So Kai and Jonathan looks like they've come together. I don't know the reasoning yet. Kai's got a good line through there. Jonathan looks like he's struggling getting the power down. Okay, so a bit of a love tap there. I thought he was going to do it twice for good measures. I'm going to jump straight back when it goes live to Carlo. These are still very, very close, I must admit. But yeah, the action I think is now at the front. So let's just follow this for a little bit and see where this takes us to. Keep an eye on the midfield. I think this is a battle of tyres. I don't know whether Chris has burnt his tyres out a little bit and Carlo saved his. You know, you're talking 7 minutes of the race left. If it's going to be tyres, you'd know it was the tyres that are causing this. Kai's still battling Jonathan. And I'm keeping an eye on that. He's not going to pass him just yet. As you can see, Carlo's right over the rear wing. 149 spun. That's Peter David. Right, just jumping back to where to go. Kai. Kai's managed to pass Jonathan. He's got it done. Kai's got it done here. Is he going to get the car rotated round? He is. No spinning out. Brilliant. That's put Kai into the top 10 now. Well done, that man. Back to the battle up at the front. West Coast Oregon car 268. Looks like Kai's pulling away. I wonder if Jonathan's got a similar problem with tyres. And Kai's saved us a little bit. I mean, it could be that Kai's actually damaged Jonathan's car, but Tap didn't look enough to do that. Another back marker coming up here. I'm trying to work out who that is. On wide there. Car 18. It's Jacob. It's Car Jacobs. It's Jack Jacobs. So that means they're lapping up to car 14 now. I reckon they're going to catch him, and there's a car not far in front of them as well. They've got a big stream of back markers. It's going to be interesting because within that you've got a couple of quick guys, the likes of Terry, Stathis and Hopkins. So this is really going to test the water for the passing. Getting good traction out there. I mean, they both are, to be fair, but car 149 spun again, Peter David. Key and Jonathan have hit each other 3 times. He's passed, he's flashed his light to get past. Well done, Chris. And there's been another incident. So, and guess what? Guess who it involves? Jonathan and Kai. I don't know if that was the contact there or not. No, that was the contact there. Oh, and I think they're both going to drop down. That's a shame. They both had good races up until that point. Right, no one's got to there. They're now catching up with... actually, that's Jonathan, and they've now got Kai in front of them. So they're well and truly into the faster back markers now. But they're still going to have to hold themselves up. Ooh, Kai didn't want to be doing that. That was the racing line. He wants to be yielding here as well. He's done that. Very close, this one now. Very, very close. The next on the list is Trowbridge. Terry, as you know, Terry's obviously a quick driver. So I think that you'll probably catch him the next lap. But he was the big gainer out of Kai and Jonathan coming together. But yeah, I've got 314 and car 1, 314 and car 1 about 6 times now on the screen. Here his tyres scrubbing. He's really trying it. This is the only battle out there now. Everyone else is over a second. In fact, over 2 seconds. You see Chris has gone ever slightly defensive there just to put the dive of the inside off. He's got good turning. There's Carlo there, you can see. He's not using the track width as much at all. It does make you think his tyres are looking pretty decent, to be honest. It is Malcolm. It's a fantastic race. The back markers are sweetening it up a little bit as well. But I think at some point Terry's going to have to yield. Terry's chasing Dimitri down in front of him. The last thing you want to do is back off. It could really open the door here for Carlo. And this is pressure and pressure and pressure, isn't it? I expect Terry at this point to yield, and he has done. It's good driving that. You can see Chris is flashing Dimitri in front to let him know he's coming. I think he's going to lose here though. Gets a good run out of there. Carlo, good traction. Could get him on the swing here. Put the power down sooner. Oh, he did, but yeah, he's getting a bit light there. One minute to go. Certainly ending on a high, this, isn't it? Bringing it in that corner. Oof, he was close to that board then. I thought he was going to over-rotate it then. Sometimes you get on that curb, it'll over-rotate and give you oversteer. I'm more concerned if Dimitri's going to get in the way. I don't know about last lap contact. I'd hate Dimitri to spoil it. I don't think he will, but they're both battling, and you can see they're going to catch him in this next section. There's been contact. 3-1-4. It's Kai again, this time with Terry. So there's a common denominator there. Obviously I'm not going to say anything because I didn't see that incident, and I'm not losing this one. I'm going to stick with this one. And my apologies if you wanted to see a replay of that. I think this is where the action's at. Both getting fantastic drives out of all the corners. Not caught Dimitri up yet. Is he going to get away and just manage to see this through to the end? Yeah, he's flashing, isn't he? He's trying to tell him, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I want to pass you. I think he knows Carlo's waiting for him. Carlo was looking then, he was looking, he was thinking about it. He's holding it, he's holding it. Just hope no one gets in the way here. He's going for a quicker exit here, isn't he? Swinging it up the inside perhaps. Oof, nah, bit of a tank slapper. Oh, and again. Trying too hard. Oh, that was absolutely fantastic. Fair dues that Carlo flashing, mate. That was absolutely brilliant. I think that was absolutely full throttle from the lights out all the way to the end. What an enthralling race that was. Let's jump on board with Terry. Nah, he never made it. Terry was catching, that's all. He's obviously not going to do it now, so. Woo! Quite interesting. There's the leaderboard as it's finished. Most cars have still got about 7-8 cars on track. We're up until that point, I think, up to car 15. They are the final positions. So, just want to thank you all for watching. And I will be streaming the Group 3 race tomorrow. And hopefully the Group 2 race on Saturday. And obviously I'll be taking part in the Group 1 race on Sunday with the view from my for my car. So, have a good rest of the day, and see you soon. Bye all.